Ron Vita's a afraid to hear back from another How to Play. Today, we're looking at how to play a little game called Fairmarket, which uses this deck, also called the Fairmarket. It's also known as the Nazi deck. This game and deck were created by James Ernst and Craft Fragment Labs. Fairly recent thing, I do believe. And it's an interesting deck. It's a 54 card deck. But some of the cards are not centered very well, apparently. It is what it is. It's a three-seated deck. It has three seats. So you have cups in blue, flags in red, and bells in green. And the cards go from, you have in this deck, you have aces. You also have, which is the highest card in this game. You also have cards number 2 through 9, and you also have cards that go from 2, you see 20, 40, 60, up to 60 in each seat. You also get free chord cards, the page, which is the lowest one, the consort, which is the second one, and the queen, which is the highest. And I believe the ranking is, the rankings are 2 through 9, 10 through 60, page, consort, queen, and then ace is the highest. The faces are the highest. So this is a little gambling game. There's also a trick-taking game you can play at this deck and possibly other games. Now, each player is going to get about 30 to 40 coins. I just handed out a bunch to, we got 4 players here, basically. Well, I'm going to be the dealer, but I will also have a hand. And each player is going to get 5 cards. I'll just deal them out here. You're also going to deal out 5 cards face up in the middle of the table. And it's almost kind of somewhat works like a trick-taking game. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your cards. You're going to go from left to right. We're playing from left to right. You're going to kind of set up your cards based on what you see. You don't have to follow suit, but you can try to follow suit if possible. So I'll set mine up like that, and then everyone else can set up theirs. Some of these are going to be, I might just leave one as random. Now this is a game that you might play at a pub. I'm going to probably just leave this one random because, well, I'll do like that. This is the type of game you might play at a pub. And so randomization isn't the end of the world. So, first we have the 10 of bells. What you're trying to do is, you're going to be playing for pots of chips. Each person is going to put in 1 chip for each of these cards. You're going to ante up. And I'll push these out of the way. Each player is going to do that. Wish I had a better surface here, but it is what it is. They're just not going to stand up, unfortunately. But, again, it is what it is. So everyone has to pay 1 chip to play. If you don't have chips, you don't have enough chips, then I guess you're out. And the way it works is this. Everyone's going to flip over. We're going to play it start from the left to right. Flip over your top card. I have a 30 of bells. It's going to have a 4, 50, and a 10. So you're going to look at who played the lowest card. In this case, it was this guy who played offsuit. Even though he played a 60, it is offsuit. So he will get 1 chip. Whoever goes, whoever is the person who plays the lowest card, they get 1 chip. Then you see who played the highest one. In this case, it's this guy. He's going to collect the rest of the chips. I can just put these here to signify we've done that one. And next we're going to do the next one. And this guy perhaps played poorly because he had a cup. No, wait, that wasn't cups, so he played fine. He actually has a bunch of cups, so he's kind of screwed a little bit. So again, the lowest one is him. He went off suit, so he's going to get a chip. And then, highest is this guy again. Fantastic. And we go again, we go for this third one. So let's see. I played the highest with that. The lowest one off suit is this one, so he's going to get a chip, and I get the rest. Let's move on to the next one. We'll just put all these over here. Flip over the top cards on everyone's pile. And it's the bells. Nobody played a bell. The lowest card is the cups over here, again. And then the highest card would have to be me with the queen. That's the highest card besides the ace. Actually, technically, I lied. I did not play the highest card in this case. Let me just verify something, because we have to factor in this card as well. And since this card is the only bell, it is actually the highest card. So, did I put those 3 coins back? What happens is, these I will actually, if this, the hand, if you will, whatever it's called, has the highest valued card, whoever played the lowest one gets a chip. The rest of these will carry over into the next round. So nobody won that one. And that is a possibility of happening. And then let's see what happens with the last one here. We have the flags. Again, it's the only flag that was played. So it's going to win. And the lowest one was me. So I get 1 chip. These go over here, and they will get carried over into the next round. Hopefully that will make sense. Basically, whoever plays the highest card, whoever plays the lowest card, you're always going to check that first. Whoever plays the lowest card gets 1 chip. Whoever plays the highest one gets the remaining chips, however many there are. If there's any, if the card here is the highest one, like this 4, then it holds on to these and they carry over into the next round. So then you're going to collect all the cards in reveal. And do that again. And, I guess you keep playing around until somebody runs out, everyone runs out of money, or only one person's left, or 2 people. You can kind of drop in and drop out too, as you wish. Now, here's a good example too. I'll show you with this first one. Let's just say we've already looked at the cards and we set them up. I flip mine over. I got a bell. This guy has that. Okay, so the highest one here, it's flags. It's red flags. So the lowest one is me, because I had a bell. And everyone's going to, of course, put in their chips. Forgot all about that. These ones, of course, they carry over to the next round. So there's going to be more there. But everyone puts in their chips. Again, I apologize, it's a bit of a disaster. In this case, what's going to happen is we have a 2 here of bells. That's the lowest card. Technically. Well, let's just say I had a different card here. Let's say I played this one. Because otherwise, this would be the lowest one. Everyone has the card. So this guy played this has the lowest one with the 2. The highest one is the queen. So the queen, the lowest one is this. And what happens in this case is, we should have 1 more chip here. because this is the lowest card, it retains the one chip, and then whoever played the highest, in this case it's the queen, they get the other chips. So if the table, shall we say, has the high card, whoever played the lowest one gets the chip, the rest get carried over. If it's the lowest one, whoever played the highest gets the chip, and they just retain the one. Sorry, this is a bit of a disaster here with all the coins with the chips, but it is what it is. If more than one person is tied for the lowest card, then each person will just get a chip. There is no ties for high, of course. How would you get a tie for low? I'm not entirely sure, but apparently it's possible. There is also the option to use a jackpot. We'll say this is the jackpot, the box. And what happens to jackpot is, if, let's say we had, well, we got a bunch of coins here. Let's say, person had the lowest one, and then the rest get carried over. If there's more chips here than there are players, we have 6 currently, and there's 4 players, the 2 extra will actually go into jackpot. And what happens is, at any point in time, you flip over cards and see who has the highest and the lowest. If you take less coins than there is currently in the jackpot, or equal to that amount, you win the jackpot. So in this case, if I took 1 coin, that's less than what's in the jackpot, so I would collect the jackpot. I would also collect any chips that carried over. For instance, all of these, actually some of these are probably mine, but let's say these ones carried over, I would collect those as well. So that's how the jackpot works, and it's something you don't necessarily have to do, but it definitely adds a little something to it. I think it's pretty cool. Now, the game also has all sorts of other variations that you can use. You can find out more at crapfragmentlabs.com. Link will be in the description. But that is the game in a nutshell. Each person gets 5 cards. You see what cards are played on the table. You organize your cards based on what you see. You don't need to follow suit, but you can try to. Yes, I can. See who played the lowest card. Everyone reveals the cards. You see who played the lowest. They get 1 chip, possibly the jackpot. And then you see who played the highest, and they get the rest of the chips. If this card happens to be the highest one, and the chips, they get carried over to the next round. If it happens to be the lowest one, like say this one, 1 chip gets carried over to the next round. That's kind of the game in a nutshell. It's pretty interesting. We may not look at the trick-taking game at some point in time in the future. I like it. Comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you think. We'll see you next time for more. Thanks for watching.